Hello, good evening. It's 5 p.m., or let me say 2 minutes past 5 p.m. You're tuned into Reading 93.7 FM and Silverbird TV. This is Deep Waters with me, your host, Deborah Waters. And this is where we have quality conversations, deep, meaningful conversations every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. on Mondays, 5 to 6 p.m. on Wednesdays and Fridays. We love to shake the waters. We talk about personal issues, societal issues, sometimes trending issues, sometimes emotional and psychological issues. We just want to make you a better person every show, a show at a time. We're taking each step per show, and we're hoping that you get to see from multiple perspectives. Share your thoughts, because it's a calling show. You can call in and share your thoughts, and then basically we can shake the waters until it is still. Today we're talking about tribalism. We're talking about, or should I say, tribalism. Tribalism. And we're asking, is there really unity in diversity? I'm sure you must have heard this word or this phrase growing up, even as an older person that you are, and even as a child, as a teenager. You hear, oh, Nigeria, there's always unity in diversity. There's unity in diversity, even though Nigeria has over 250 ethnic groups, even though Nigeria has over 500 languages, even although Nigeria has over 1 million dialects, and so on and so forth. We have found a way to be united. There's unity in diversity, but we are questioning that thought. Right here on Deep Waters, we don't just take what is being told to us. We question those things that we've heard for ages. We question those things that's been said to us. We try to look at it and say, is this really true? Does this really work? And we find the real solutions to them, because we love to talk about real life issues. And so we're asking, is there really unity in diversity? Unity and diversity, for some reason, just don't feel like two words that should be in the same sentence. You see, you hear unity, and you know that unity is about togetherness, oneness, having same values. And then you hear diversity, and you're like, oh, difference, there's a difference. Difference. So how does unity and diversity come to be in the same statement? So we're asking again, is there really unity in diversity? Tribalism, or having Nigeria has many tribes, and as far as we know, that tribalism in itself is not a bad thing. We know that it's a way to celebrate your culture, celebrate your tribe, including language, way of life, and a whole lot of things. But we're asking that, will Nigeria have been much more united if we actually are one tribe? If we are one tribe, if we had one language, if we had one culture, would there really be that unity that we so crave for? Is Nigeria, with the diverse tribes that it has, do we really have that unity in diversity? We're questioning that long age old phrase that has been said to us here and there. If you think there is unity in diversity in Nigeria, please do well to share your thoughts. Calling on 0915 534 5627. 0915 534 5627. Or 0915 534 5509. 0915 534 5509. Is Nigeria's diversity, is it a strength or a weakness? Is it a blessing or a curse? So far, we know we have multiple diverse culture, and heritage, and the languages, and sometimes at parties, at celebrations, it looks so beautiful. It just feels like it's only in parties, at celebrations, that it feels like we have that unity, where you can actually say, oh, that diversity, is there, and the unity is there, and all of that. But away from that, if you're looking at politics, if you're looking at education, if we're looking at our businesses, if we're even looking at the ongoing protest right now, you see that for every time that we move one step closer to where we're going to, tribalism, so to say, that difference in tribes and culture and languages, just finds a way to take us like 10 steps backward. Like I said, it's open. This conversation is open for you to actually share your thoughts on. I'm not imposing my thoughts on anyone. I'm just, helping us understand what we're trying to talk about today. So we're asking, is there really unity in diversity in Nigeria? Would you say that, Nigeria is united, or, Would you say we are united? We have unity in diversity. Would you say that we are united? If you think so or otherwise, call in with your reasons. Calling on the numbers 0915 534 5627. 0915-534-5627 or 0915-534-5509. 0915-534-5509. Do you think Nigeria will be more unified if we actually have one tribe or one culture or one heritage? What do you feel, if Nigeria actually had only one tribe? Do you think that tribalism has a part to play in all of our disunity that we experience? Do you think that because we have multiple tribes, we are so diverse, that's one of the reasons why we are finding it hard to be harmonious? That's the one reason we are finding it hard to, succeed in politically, economically, business-wise. I want to hear your thoughts. Where are the business owners in the house? Where are the patriotic Nigerians? Where are the true Nigerians? Where are the Yorubas? Where are the Hausas? Where are the Igbos? I saw the other day there was a hashtag, oh, Igbo must go. And I'm like, where is all this coming from? This is tribalism being used in the wrong way, being used in the negative way. Like, yes, we are diverse and so on and so forth, but when does it get to a point where we start marking out one particular tribe and saying hashtag you must go? Why is that? Why is it that when we are moving forward, somehow our differences finds a way to take us backward as Nigerians? I want to hear from you, my fellow Nigerians today. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to know what you're thinking as people. I want to know what you're thinking as a tribe. I want to know what you're thinking as a person. I want to know what you're thinking as a civilian. I want to know what you're thinking as a Nigerian. Do well to calling on the show. Let me hear your thought. What does unity mean to you personally? When you're talking about unity, what does it mean to you personally? Would you say Nigeria is united? If yes, tell me why. If no, tell me why. Do you think that how diverse we are for some reason affects how how we function as a people? I want you to calling on the show today. Let me hear your thoughts on Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. The number to calling on is 0915-534-5509. 0915-534-5509 or 0915-534-5627. 0915-534-5627. It's very strange. I don't know if we're having technical issues, but for some reason I can't see any of your calls coming in. But I would really love to hear your thoughts. I was googling unity in diversity a while ago, and then I realized that I was like, which of the continents or countries actually exudes unity and diversity? And for some reason the Google brought out India. It says India, no matter how diverse they are as people, they are living in unity. And I'm in my head, I'm thinking, okay, I hear you loud and clear, but we also in Nigeria, no matter how diverse we are also living together. If you don't come and experience Nigeria, you wouldn't know how this organized or disunited we are. But if you're looking at us from far away, you say, oh, these people are actually united. They are nice people. Anyways, I'm done talking. I want to hear your thoughts on the show. Calling, I think I missed a call earlier, or was it a flash? Because this thing did not blink this much. So please do well calling on the numbers on your screens. Let's take our first call on today's show. Hello. All right, I think I missed that. The number to calling on is 0915-534-5627. 534-5627 or 0915-534-5509. 0915-534-5509. How's India? Said India actually resonates unity in diversity a lot. How has India managed to be more united than Nigeria? I would need somebody who's who is vast in this thing to actually talk on the show. But thankfully, I have a guest coming in very soon to help us understand the topic of the day, unity in diversity, or should I call it tribalism? And we're asking, is there really unity in diversity? And as far as, like I said earlier, there's beauty in that diversity that comes with being a country and seeing things from multiple perspectives. There's also that disunity that also creeps in once in a while, when if the people are not careful or are not watchful enough, they would fall for that difference in what we wear, difference in our intonation, difference in our languages, difference in how we see things, difference in our cultures, and so on and so forth. Let's hear from you on Deep Waters with Deborah Waters today. Is there really unity in diversity? Calling on the show, the numbers are 0915 534 5509 or 0915 534 5627. All right, if I'm not taking any more calls at the moment, I'd have to go on a short break. My guest in the house will be joining us in a bit, and I can't wait to actually hear from you and all the thoughts that you have in mind, or all what's going on in your head, basically, on the show right here on Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. So let's go on that break. When we get back, we'll have more conversations talking about tribalism. Is there really unity in diversity? Stay tuned. Today we're talking about tribalism, and so far I've been asking, is there really unity in diversity? I feel like today is it's a busy day and everybody's getting to work. The protest is still on, a lot is happening, but again, in the midst of all this diversity, let's talk about some sprinkle of unity. And we are asking, saying unity and diversity just don't feel like topics that should, or words that should be in the same sentence, because unity is about togetherness, diversity is about difference. So what is unity? Togetherness and difference coming in together, doing the same sentence basically. But again, we've heard this a number of times. They tell us, oh, there's unity in diversity, there's unity in diversity. And yes, once in a while we see this unity, but most of the time we look around and we're looking for the unity in this diversity, especially if we're taking Nigeria as an example. What are your thoughts on this? Is there truly unity in diversity? Is Nigeria's diversity a source of weakness or strength? Do you think Nigeria's diversity as a people is a blessing or a curse? What do you think divides us as a country? They say India is one that it has unity in diversity. What's the difference between Nigeria and India? Let's talk about this some more. If you have personal experiences, thoughts, and questions, please do well to calling on the numbers 0915 534 5627, 0915 534 5627, or 0915 534 5509, 0915 534 5509. Anyways, I'm right here in the studio with a true Nigerian. Yes, indeed. There's an actor turned producer. It's featured in lots of movies, from Girls' Court to Caught in the Act to Extreme Measure, Dancing Hard, Power Brokers, a production, event manager, and coordinator. If you're talking about one of the tinsel pioneer producers, tinsel pioneer producers, are talking about this man here. He started in tinsel production as a production assistant and grew to become a line producer. He has managed and produced some other movies, one of them, which is the most recent, on Netflix right now. I know you said that, but you don't usually do adverts. I don't do, but this one, I'm doing this advert because I actually watched this movie and I really, really like it. It's called House of God. Yes, and this my one and only producer was one of the top producers on this movie, and I've watched him move from tinsel to other things, and it's amazing to just see his growth as a Nigerian and as a producer, as a film producer, as a TV producer, and most importantly as an Igbo man, a senator, as they call him.
Must you add that as an Igbo man?
Are you not an Igbo man?
I am an Igbo man, not Igbo.
You're not even Igbo, you're Igbo.
Igbo man.
Igbo.
Please. Stop saying Igbo.
I'm sorry.
We're not Igbo.
But what's the difference between Igbo and Igbo though?
Well, pronunciation.
Okay. But
Yeah.
the same people, right?
Yeah, same people. It's just
Okay.
that the way people decide to especially some people from this part of the country where we are, so the way they will say Igbo, but it's not Igbo.
Okay.
And it's an insult to us because it's Igbo. IGBO.
Okay.
Igbo man.
So in your language, produce Igbo, right?
It's not Igbo.
Igbo. Okay, Igbo man. Igbo. Or is it Igbo?
David, excuse me. Excuse me.
Okay, so Igbo. So in Yoruba, I will just remove the B and G and say Igbo.
Well, and some other people decide to pronounce it that way, but just of course when they say we understand what they mean. But so well.
But those words are always used interchangeably, you know.
No, it's not supposed to be.
Oh,
that's
okay.
what I'm saying.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I have with me Igbo man, darling senator. So good to have you in the studio.
Thank you.
Thank you for the the TED talk though, for the prep. You have to correct us on that. So I'll be saying Igbo. Let me know say Igbo.
You're your own. You're your own. Now you sabi that word.
Darling Senator, so good to have you in this.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
The senator of is it the FCT or which one? Where are you senating?
Well, just choose where to.
Anywhere.
Yeah,
you
just
senate everything.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go,
you understand? Represent.
Interesting. Now let's jump right into the topic of the day. You know, Senator and I come from way back. If you leave us now, we'll continue to gist about our life and our future.
You know now.
So let's talk about unity in diversity. Now, personally, from your personal perspective, what do you think? What would you say unity in diversity is? What is unity, especially when it comes to Nigeria as a context?
Okay. First, you have to define unity in diversity, which is a concept of showing unity without uniformity, all right, and diversity without fragmentation. So once we have it right, when you define that and have it right, then you can then put one and two together. The truth is, there is unity in diversity. Just that in this part of the country where we are, some elements, that feels that if these people are united, I'm not going to become whom I should become. I'm talking about the political class.
Okay.
Right? Because there is, we have different culture, different belief, and all of that. It's beautiful when you come together, and then Yoruba man is showcasing his culture, and Igbo man is showcasing his culture, Calabari man is showcasing his culture. It's always beautiful.
Well, that's where it ends. He ends in the party.
No, but it's not supposed to be so. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's not supposed to be that way. So the political class, they've come to divide us. We're supposed to be united. All these things are supposed to actually bring us together. All these things are supposed to actually bound us. But the political class know that if these people are united, whether through culture or whatever it is, I'm not going to be able to embezzle money. They're going to query me when I embezzle money. So how do we make these people look away? Is by bringing division. Or constantly telling you that, Deborah, you're a Yoruba woman. Don't let an Igbo man do this to you. Igbo man, you're an Igbo man. Don't let the Yoruba man do this to you. Hausa man, you're an Hausa man. Don't let Igbo man do this to you. Do you understand? So they always do that to destabilize us. For example, check out what happened during the NSAS. Sorry, I'm bringing that up. But then, you realize there was unity. You couldn't tell who was a Galaman or Kogiman or Kalabari or wherever. People came together with one voice, making a demand. Right? At the beginning, the government thought that it was just a joke. They felt they would be tired in 2 days. Within 2 days, they would be tired. But 2 days turned to 1 week. 1 week turned to 2 weeks. And that was how they now began to look for how to destabilize the people, how to bring chaos, how to bring disunity amongst them. Which was why the imported talks and all of that to destabilize and cause mayhem and all of that, and target the protesters, right? And said all of them are the protesters, they are the one destroying things and all of that, just because they want to destabilize them. That is the power of unity.
Interesting.
That is the power of unity. So they know if the people can come together now, right now, even with what is happening, with the protest that's happening right now, they know if these people can come together like they did before, there's going to be a problem. They will run out of this country. Many of these politicians will leave this country because people will come for them.
But the thing is, do the people really want to be together? Because now we are quick to go up there and blame the political class and say, oh, it's the politics, it's the politicians. They have a part to play in all of this. I don't doubt that. But what about the common man on the streets there that says, oh, if I see any Yoruba person here, or I see any Hausa person, I will change. And we saw how was it MC Oluomo on the other time allegedly was, causing out
during the election last year.
Yes, exactly.
Now let me tell you, this is still boiled down to these politicians, because they will come back to you, and you see, they know how to brainwash us. That's why they want us to remain hungry, because when you're hungry, a politician will come and give you a loaf of bread. You will dance and rejoice. So with that, whatever he says to you, you will do. They know quite alright that if they should allow you or give you the opportunity to start making your own money, you won't listen to them, especially when they give you nonsensical advice. Let me put it that way. They know. So that is why they want to keep us where we are, keep us without food, so that whenever they call, we answer. Whatever they say to you. What happened during the election? Because some persons gave instruction.
So are you blaming the political class 100%, or how do we share this blame now?
I will blame them because it didn't start today. It didn't start today. Yeah? Which is why they refuse to create jobs for these youths. If there are jobs, people won't protest, you know that. If you have food to eat, even if a bag of rice is 500,000 and you have the money, I have the money, everybody can afford it. Nobody will protest. Because we have money, you are making your money, I'm making my money. That woman on the street selling corn is making her money. Nobody will complain. So people are complaining because this money is tilted towards some certain people, embezzling what belongs to the masses, and they will give it a name. Oh yes, they always find something to give, a name to give it, to steal the money, and they keep stealing. And once he say they'll put it somewhere, and they always look for something to distract us. Once they see that we are looking towards them, we are seeing what they're doing, and we're talking, we're beginning to talk, they will do one stupid thing to distract us. It's either the Senate president will come and say something that is not in the book, or something that is not meant to be said on air, and people will just start attacking him on Twitter or something, just to take the people's mind away from the real issue on ground. That's what has been happening.
Interesting. Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. I'm still in the studio with Darlene, Senator, TV and film producer, helping us understand the topic of the day, tribalism. We're asking, is there really unity in diversity? And thankfully he has helped us understand unity and diversity, and why we actually really have diversity in the country, blaming the political class and more. If you have thoughts and questions, do you agree with Darlene, Senator, or not? If you have thoughts and opinions, please do well to join the conversation, calling on 0915-534-5627 or 0915-534-5509. If you're watching us on TV, the numbers are definitely on your screens. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions, so please do well to call. As a Nigerian, or as an Igbo man, so to say, have you ever had any tribalistic experience, either good or bad?
You see, tribalism is something that is always out there. people always want to show that or want to exhibit that okay, I am from this part of the world or this part of the country, this is my language, and which is why there are some places you get to, once you speak your language, and maybe you come for an interview and the person there is from your tribe,
Yes.
and then you speak your language, to some extent, automatically you get employment.
There's a familiarity.
Yes. Do you understand?
People in the market, if you want to buy something.
Do
and
you
all
get?
that.
And it happens more with the northern part of this country. Oh yes, sorry to say, but that is the truth. Igbo people are funny. I'm an Igbo man.
Okay, let me cut you right there just a bit. Let's take this call quickly and then we'll pick up from there. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, good to have you on the show, Ikenna. Thanks for calling.
My pleasure.
All right, talk to me.
Yeah. Now, the reason why you fly a kite or you sell a narrative is because you believe it can work. People don't sell what they don't trust that can work minimally. People don't come to sell you what they don't think you will buy. So it's not conclusive to blame the politicians alone for this divide and rule, tribalism, kites that they fly during the election. It's because they know that somewhere inside you, inside the people, that thing will germinate if they sow that seed.
There's a seed somewhere.
You understand my point? There's a soil somewhere in almost a lot of people's minds. So they throw in that seed and it germinates. So they don't throw in what they don't believe that can work. So it's not conclusive to blame the politicians alone. Yes, it's sad that they have flown this kite years and years and over different cycles, and it keeps working. So the people at the outside, the populace share some of the blame as well. You see, I don't know how it goes. If fool me once, yes, but by the time you do it over and over, then I'm probably the fool. Anybody and your guests will hear what I'm saying. They go and you will never.
Hey,
you understand?
I know you hear that one.
If there is a stick somewhere and you pass and it hits your eye, you're not going to. If you're going to pass there next time, it's very unlikely that it will hit your eye because you're already watching out for it. So if the people have come to the understanding that look, this thing that these politicians come to sell us at election is because they want to fool us,
and we also want to be fooled
for them. We also open ourselves up to
yes, right there want to be fooled.
So it's not conclusive to blame the politicians. The politicians, they know that okay, you got to keep these guys in. They are
gamers. They play the game. Right?
Yes, so whenever they come out and give you 2K, 3K, the guy will just say, what's my own? My vote will not even count. Let me collect that one and just go and move on. That's my own share of the national cake. You collect the 5K, 2K as the case may be, then you move on. So the politicians are playing their game and making sure that people remain poor. Because a liberated mind, like your guest have said, I agree with him, a liberated mind will not fall for some kind of antics. So it's deliberate, Road is bad, president is sharing rice. Insecurity is sharing rice. I mean, come on, what has rice got to do with what the issues are?
True.
What has moving money to or sending trailer loads of rice to governors and got to do with what the issues are? Deal with the issues of sharing for rice. It's because it's convenient to share the food. You eat the food and it's only temporary, but they will never do what can give you a long-term solution because it's important to keep people impoverished.
Interesting.
It's a game. The sooner the populace understand it, a lot better. Some guy is telling you, go and fight. Don't allow sorry, let me note. I don't want to go against tribalism or.
Well, that's what's being said out there.
But meanwhile, his son is graduating in America. Do you understand my point? His son is graduating from school.
Yes, so and he will remain there. He will remain in America.
The man will wickedly post a picture of where he has gone for his son's graduation, but he will never encourage him to go to school. And you won't sit back and even ask yourself, what's going on?
Thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate it.
It's my pleasure.
All right, Ikena always making sense on the show. You want to react to that? You know, Ikena is an Igbo man like you. He said you are blaming the politicians only, but what about the people?
No, but just like Ikena said, all right, they play mind game. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
So they impoverish us to be able to use us. He said it.
Mm-hmm.
So they know what you need. So they know if you have this money, you are doing well for yourself. I'm doing well for myself. Ikena is doing well for himself. They won't come and give us 2 sachets of noodles, and we collect.
But we can. But there's a part of
at
us
the same
that
time.
has been,
At the same time, when you are hungry,
we can do anything.
Debbie, you are hungry.
I don't
listen. You are hungry. You have no food to eat right now, and someone comes to say, "Take this 1,000." You calculate in your head this 1,000. I can make noodles, or I can buy gari ijebu and maybe 200 naira granite and eat at least for today. Maybe at that moment you're fainting because you are hungry. You're not even hold on. You're not even sure of where your next meal will come
from.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that is it. That is the challenge we have.
Okay, cool. So now that we know that challenge, and this is not the first time we are hearing stories like this. These stories have been there for ages of how the political class will bring food and give hunger, and we've seen it, we've read it, we've experienced it over and over again. Now the question is, why do we keep going in that circle, and why are we easily being used? And I have an answer for that, which I'm going to react to that. We are easily being used because something inside of us is tribalistic. Something inside of us has that diversity already planted in us. And it could go back to what? Our families. It could go back to how we were brought up. Because if you look at our growing up, you see parents will say, I don't bring Igbo man here, or don't bring Hausa man here, or this I want Kogi man, or I want this. Or there is that subtleness in it. So it's easy to come and say, it's a politician, they want to keep us there. But a part of us knows that even if we were those politicians, we will probably do the same.
Okay, let me say this. Telling our children, it's wrong actually, but telling our children to remember where you're coming from, remember your roots. All right, is not totally bad to remind your child where he or she is from. The only thing is, don't make that child hate the next person because the person doesn't speak the same language. That is where it becomes a problem.
Okay, I hear you loud and clear, but at the cost of what? You know, when you're telling, say, you're telling your child to remember your roots.
Okay, now
everybody
hold on.
At the cost of what? Is
An
it at the cost of the other man?
An average Igbo man is hardworking. You know that.
So it's an average Yoruba man.
Hold on.
And an average Hausa man.
I'm coming. I'm driving at something.
Go there, please. Get there fast. Fast.
An average Igbo man is business oriented. And that's why there's a saying that says, if we enter any community, any country, any community, if we don't find Igbo man there, live there, that means there's no business there. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
So if you tell your son, who, for example, who is an Igbo man, said, don't forget where you're coming from. Don't be lazy. Don't be a layback. Remember, you're an Igbo man. You need to think fast. You need to think of how to survive, how to do your business. I don't think you're telling the person a wrong thing.
Okay, at the cost of what? That's my question.
Survival.
The cost of survival?
Yes.
But as you are also saying, there's an Igbo man who is business oriented. There's also a Hausa man.
Exactly.
In fact, the richest man in Africa is an Hausa man. Dangote. Although they say somebody else from South Africa now has cleared him.
Wonderful.
Is the richest man in Africa that we know, or that's been for the longest time, It's a
Mr.
Hausa
Aliko
man.
Dangote.
So I
know.
hear you. An Igbo man will come and tell me I'm the business oriented. I hear una. Igbo kwenu. Yeah. You are business oriented. I hear you. But a Yoruba man out there also is business oriented. We have to also remember that as far as we have all those diversities, we should see ourselves first as humans.
As human.
Not
is it.
as tribes.
Okay, let me tell you something. Okay, when we started, you mentioned India. In India is very large, and that is one of the. India is, should I say, the best country that believes in unity. I don't know if I'm right.
What differentiates Nigeria
I don't know
India?
if I'm right. They share the same ideology. All right, they share the same belief, even though they have different religion. Different people serve different things. They have Christians, they have Muslims, they have Hindus, they have Buddhist or whatever it is, and they have all manner of things they serve. But they still believe in one ideology, unity.
So what differentiates Nigeria?
They have India has over 700 different languages.
We have more.
And yet they believe in living as one.
So what differentiates Nigeria from unity? What's missing?
That is a question that.
Don't say the political class.
No. I never said that.
Mr. Senator.
I never said that. I wasn't gonna say that.
Senator.
That is a question that actually needs to be answered.
By who?
Because I don't know. I think we need to.
Okay. Oh, okay. Wow. Wow. You are breathing. You're sighing.
I said that because I thought of it. I thought of all of this. Where did this, division come from? Where did this hatred come from? Where did this, greed fighting each other come from? Yeah. Even though I know, yes, we have like 521 different languages in Nigeria. We have about 250 ethnic groups in Nigeria. We have about 1,150 or thereabout different dialects.
But do you know that it has always been there? This diversity has always been there. And it looks like it gets worse by the year.
Yes. So now, what is making it expand or get worse, like you said?
Mm-hmm.
You see, poverty is a disease. It is. And it needs to be cured. If not, trust you me, time is going to come when, if you're eating and someone comes to say, please, I'm hungry, the first thing you're going to ask is, where are you from? To decide if you're gonna give the person food or not.
Wow, that's crazy.
If we continue the way we are going right now, it's gonna get to that level.
Well, do you think Nigeria would be ever united? Do you think we would ever experience unity in diversity at some point?
I think so. It's all about.
Obviously, not in your generation.
Well, it might be. It might be. I'm serious. You see, if the head is right, if the head is good, is okay, is healthy, is well, the whole body will be well. Oh yes. If they leave us alone and do the right thing, get there, do what they promised to do. If the governor of this state is doing what he promised the people to do, governor of Anambra State is doing what he promised the people to do, regardless what tribe you are, because of course, obviously, when you get Anambra State, you see Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, Igala, Idoma, and what have you. They are doing their businesses. All right? And then the governor comes to say, okay, you see this road, we're going to build this road. All the roads in Anambra, we're going to fix it. And they fix it regardless who is living where. The people will be happy.
Interesting. Let's take this call in just a moment. Hello.
Yeah, this is me calling.
Welcome back.
There's just an aspect of what caught my interest, and I want to.
Is it Ken again?
Yes. So go on, Ikena.
If the government does the right thing it's even faster now for people to get reintegrated and be happy together than it was maybe 30 years ago. There's a lot more education. There's a lot more in interracial cooperation and activity. People are marrying interracial a lot more now than it was 30, 40 years ago.
Yeah.
The only thing that is still having division happen is government people showing poverty. If poverty goes, I can tell you for free, anything about racism in Nigeria will go. You are not because you're educated. I am not, I'm educated. And so is a lot of people that are educated. The only thing happening now is that poverty is still making people listen to that tribalism card when election is there. Who thinks about tribalism when we're watching football? Nobody.
Interesting.
That's it.
Who thinks about tribalism when
That's it.
the was marrying an Igbo girl? Nobody.
That is it.
That's a
Tomorrow
very good
now,
one.
if there's going to be election, you now remember, oh, Davido is marrying an Igbo woman, so don't vote for him in election. But when he was getting everybody, all our country, we're happy. Do you understand my point? If people look closely at this political class and know that, look, the same person that comes on air to tell you, oh, Igbo man, in the evening, he's cutting a deal with an Igbo man as well for his own pocket. So the sooner people understand this a lot better, I can tell you for free. If you cure Nigeria a little, all this tribalism thing will fly out of the window.
Interesting. Thank you so much, Akin. I appreciate it. All right.
That is it.
Yeah, I feel
Just like Ikenna said.
Yeah, just like you said too.
That's the thing.
So poverty. That one, I don't know how we can now solve that poverty issue because that one.
The only way to solve poverty issue is having a good leader who understands the plight of the people. Also, who has the interest of the people at heart. You know, one of the challenges of this some of these politicians is many of them don't have conscience. You don't have conscience. Because if you have conscience, as you're eating, look at how much does the senator take home every month? 21 million plus every month, and you're happy.
Are you not a senator? How much 21 million have you received? Moving on, before we wrap up the show, I want to know what role does media play in promoting diversity, or is it unity? Because thank God that you are in the media space, just looking at media now, is it promoting diversity or unity to start with? And how much role does it play?
Media has a lot to do in promoting unity and diversity. One of the challenges of the media today is government not giving them that free hand to do some certain things, especially when it affects them. All right. Yeah, when it affects them, media are crippled. But then, in promoting diversity and unity, media has a lot to do. First, you got to put it together for media to have something to report, to put out there. So, are we ready to come together and put and showcase our culture? All right, and put our differences away, and come to the forefront to show the world that this is what we've got. Look at the movie we made, House of God. It's an old story of Oyo. All right, yeah. Today it's out there. It's out there. I mean, everybody's watching. The world is watching. At least with that, you get to learn. Okay, this kind of a thing happened. Okay, which way forward? How do we make sure this kind of bad thing or bad leader doesn't exist again?
I would love to see a movie on IPOP story, for example, because I also feel like IPOP goes a long way, and I have not done my personal research on it, but it just feels like, you've been hearing IPOP since you're small, and they tell you, oh, IPOP is this group of people that just want to be away from Nigeria. I'm sure there's a story there that is not being told, especially by the media.
There's a lot of story. I think some persons made a movie about Ojukwu one time.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that too.
Yeah, I've forgotten the name of that movie. I think was it titled Ojukwu or something? Yeah.
That told the IPOP story, right?
Yeah, it told the story of Biafra basically, not IPOP per se. Do you understand?
Yes.
Ojukwu, how he was when he was a military man, and how he wanted the Igbos to stay on their own and all of that. Do you understand?
Yes.
So, yeah, it taught here and there. Yeah, they didn't. There's some story you can't just come out and tell as
Yes,
it is.
yes.
Do you understand? You have to be diplomatic about it. So because also some persons are watching. So they won't let some things get out there. The truth is, there's some information that the government will never let you to put out there. That's the truth about certain things.
Sadly, we have to go because of time is on the side. But if you were to
Already?
say one, it's 1 hour already. If you were to say
Wonderful.
one thing, if you were to say one thing to Nigerians listening right now, and I'm sure a lot of them are listening. I know why we wait for poverty to be eradicated. What can we do as individuals to encourage unity in our diversity?
I would say we should shun division. When they
Should we
come,
shun free rice too? I just need to be sure. So if he comes by my side, should I send it back?
can you?
Should I shun free rice?
Can you?
But you answered it earlier now. You say if there's some hunger that's
the thing, but you see, it's all about telling yourself, look, I must stand on the path of righteousness, on the right path. I don't want to soil my hand because of a cup of rice. Do you understand?
Sure.
It's all about standing your ground, and then when the person comes, you tell yourself, I rather die hungry than collect this, selling my soul to these guys, because tomorrow the person will say, after all, I paid you for it. And that is actually what is happening.
We hear a lot of people say, oh, why should I die for Nigeria? As Nigeria, what can I? If you die Nigeria, you have wasted your life. Look at the people that did NSAS. Didn't they just die like that? So if you are telling me to shun a cup of rice and die, it's Nigeria we're dying for.
Nigeria is worth dying for, actually. Yeah. Nigeria is worth dying for. Because Nigeria is a great country. Nigeria is a beautiful country. I tell you one thing, if dollar is at par with naira, nobody will leave this country, because the freedom you have in this country, you don't have it anywhere in the world.
And that freedom comes
The
with
peace-
the corruption
peace-
now.
No,
Certainly.
no, I'm not even talking about corruption.
What?
Individually, even you and I, you walk on the road, you're free, you see you hug and you greet. Some of those things, minor things you think they're nothing, they mean a lot.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Alrighty, thank you so much, darling Senator, for sharing your thoughts, for helping us understand this topic, and for not sharing your 21 million naira with us.
Well, that's 21 million. Very soon. But some of us, we need to go there and fight this 21 million, because it's too much. It's alarming.
Very alarming.
Yeah, it is alarming, actually.
Very. Thank you so much for coming on the show. How can people find you on social media? Producer, House of Gar, event coordinator, senator, a darling, somebody's darling. How can you find you on social media?
Well, on the IG, Twitter, LinkedIn is Darling Senator, DALYN, then Senator, just one word, Darling Senator. Facebook is Senator Darlington. Basically, that's it. Okay, TikTok, Darling Senator. Yeah, just there.
Interesting. Thank you, Mr. Darling. I appreciate you've been such a darling on the show.
Aww.
To my listeners and viewers, thank you so much for being a part of the show. Ikena, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. Always, giving your 2 cents, or is it your 50 cents on the show? I appreciate it. We'll be back on Friday at 5 to 6 p.m. on Deep Waters with Deborah Waters, which is live on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And of course, we would love to have great conversations right here on the show. And if you want to catch up with some of our clips or past episodes, please do follow us at Deep Waters _podcast on Facebook and Instagram. My name is Deborah Waters. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.